Welcome to another episode of Out of Spec Dave, where today I find myself in my garage with the Porsche Macan. This is where Kathy parks it every day. Well, here's the situation. There's a nasty noise. Not that noise. There's a nasty noise coming from the rear hatch that's driving me crazy. For those of you who know, I've got misophonia. Any of the smallest little noises, rattles, creaks, drives me crazy. And so today I put an entry into the Macan EV owners forum to see if anybody else had experienced this. And I found out there's been going back 6 pages of notes on this thing. Porsche, you got to do better. Let's explore what's going on here today. Let me explain the situation. Many of you know that we took delivery of this Macan out in Colorado, and I drove it all the way back here from Colorado to Connecticut, and I didn't notice any noises in the back hatch, no rattles or anything, really tight. And then it was, I guess, just recently, I went down to, and after I took the car back from Colorado, Kathy's been daily driving it to work. And she's not super noticeable. She doesn't really notice noises as much as I do. And, so anyway, we took the Macan down to New Jersey, to Atlantic City. And I didn't really notice any noises then either. Maybe a little bit here and there, but nothing crazy. And then this past weekend, we went over to see my mom across the river in Rockland County, New York, and across the Tappan Zee Bridge. And I noticed this noise, and it was really driving me crazy. And I was like, Kathy, don't you hear that? And she goes, no, I don't hear it. And I was like, well, I hear it. And I mean, to me, that's kind of unacceptable, especially, for any car, let alone the price. But this is a $90,000 Porsche Macan. Now, it's not something that was delivered that way out of the factory. So, I can't blame the dealership, but, I decided today to go onto the Porsche Macan Owners Forum. This is a Macan EV Owners Forum that I joined a while back. I guess I joined it on December 8th. And I found the community to be really good, super helpful, very welcoming to me. And, I find that there's a lot of information there that I really need to keep on top of. So I did a search on the today to see if anyone else had been experiencing any kind of rattle in the back, because what happened was 2 nights ago, I got in the car. And when I say I got in the car, I got in the back of the car. I crawled in the back. Kathy was laughing at me. We should have filmed it. We didn't. But, I got on my back and I said, okay, you drive. So she's driving down the road, just in our little development here, nothing on the highway, don't worry. And I'm like, I'm hearing the rattle, and it's definitely coming from the hatch. And so that was a little bit concerning to me. So, those 2 little rubber pieces that you can unscrew or screw them a little further and just kind of adjust the hatch a little bit. So I unscrewed them just a little bit, and I said, all right, let's try this again. Got back in the car, and it was still there. So that's when I put the note in the owner's forum. I figured, all right, well, listen, I'm going to take the car into the dealership. These things happen. It's a brand new model. Perhaps this is a one-off. Maybe there was something wrong in when they built the car, and maybe something came loose. I mean, these things happen, right? So when I went to the Macan EV owners forum, I saw this post here from PP Carter 1. And he said, hey guys, newbie virgin poster here, and took delivery of Macan 4 7 weeks ago. We have a Macan 4 as well. All seemed well for the first week. Then I noticed a rattle or knock from around the rear right side of the car. Checked all the fittings, the toe loop, locking nut, tire pump, parcel shelf, and all taken out, and still it knocks. It seems to be a little intermittent, but always does it over bumpy surface or maybe a grid. I went to the Porsche Center on Friday and couldn't find anything. I'm still trying to sort with them, but any suggestions or thoughts? And I wrote, wow, hey, I'm experiencing the same exact thing. I crawled in the back of the car while my wife drove, and I can tell you that's it's definitely the hatch that's rattling, and I'm going to have to make an appointment on this issue to have them resolve. Best to replicate when going under 20 miles an hour on a bumpy surface. This started at about 2,800 miles. That's just an estimate mile marker, and it's not tolerable. They just don't seem to make cars like they used to. It's kind of sad, right? Especially for an expensive vehicle. But again, I love the car. Don't get me wrong. Anyway, was curious if anyone else had been experienced. Oh, by the way, I didn't have any of this with my Tesla Model 3 Performance. Just saying. Clean, no rattles, no bump, and everybody knocks Tesla for their quality. This is not good, Porsche. Anyway, was curious if anyone else had been experiencing the same thing. Your post confirms that my situation is not a one-off. Let's hope that it's a two-off, though. Anyone else? Please come forward and be vocal. I'm sure the dealer will fix it, but this is not acceptable. And what I didn't realize when I first posted that this was post number 76. You can see right here. And there were six pages of notes on this annoying rattle knock when going over a bumpy road. So when I saw that and I read a couple of things, and I said, I also tried unscrewing the two adjusters fully out, and it didn't help. I didn't actually unscrew them fully out. I unscrewed them maybe 2 or 3 turns, and that didn't help. And then I said, hey, apologies. I see there's a long dated thread. I'll take the car to the dealership to fix and revert with their solution to fix. Thanks all. But one of the things I did was I went and I started to research, sort of the history of this. As a matter of fact, that post that I read was the first post. That was the first one that started off this whole trail. And then a number of people, they started to have some solutions. People were saying, oh, it's the seatbelt. The seatbelt, if it's not, they're suggesting that you buy these little seatbelt holders that make the seatbelt not go against the plastic. There's hard plastic on the sides of the car, and the B-pillars especially. That's not the case. It's definitely was coming from the rear. But I went to page 2. Let me just see. I think it was page 3. And let's see. Okay. So there was some confusion about the rear hatch locking mechanism, because in the ICE Macan, there is a mechanism that is like a little flap. And somebody posted that they had problems with the flap. Let me see if I can find this here. Okay, right here. Yeah. So you see, you can push it down like this. The fix is to put foam under it. So it sounds like this rattle situation is something that the Porsche Macan ICE version has had, because this is not what the Porsche Macan EV sort of hatch looks like. It's more cavernous. There's a plastic cup. This is a little bit more sophisticated on the ICE version of the car. And then, a couple people posted, well, that's not the EV version. Perhaps the poster didn't realize that this is what the EV version of what it looks like. And so, so I kept reading on here, and, somebody said, yeah, the picture from this picture is from a Macan EV. It matches his Macan Turbo. So, and then I went to, where are we here? Slow down, Dave. Okay, page 3. And someone suggested that they take a paper towel. Now think about this. This is a $90,000 car. Take a paper towel and kind of like smash it around the metal post there, and then shut the door, shut the hatch. And, and that should alleviate the problems. And a number of people on this forum have said they've taken their cars into dealers, and the dealers are baffled. Some say they don't hear it. Some people say, we can't fix it. We don't know what's going on. And I know these noise and rattles, they always drive the dealers crazy. But you know what? It drives me crazy as the owner of the vehicle. So I figured, let me try the paper towel trick. And then a number of other people in this forum, they also said that what I should do is unscrew those little rubber grommets all the way out, and then screw them back in, like, maybe two turns, just so that we're getting a lot more pressure on the hatch so it can maybe not. So I figure before I take it into the dealership, let me see if I can remedy the situation with all these suggestions from the Porsche Macan EV Owners Group. So let's check it out and see what I was able to fix or not fix. Let's see. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this microphone right here and I'm going to put it in the back of the hatch so it will record the sounds that I'm hearing way up by when I'm driving the car, but it'll record it all the way in the back. So let's not make any adjustments, no paper towel technique, no unscrewing the rubber stoppers yet. These are all kind of things that maybe the guys in the EV Owners Forum said to try out. But let's see what at least show you what I'm experiencing here on this $90,000 car. And then maybe we can also try and fix this together. All right, so I have the hatch open and I've got the Ronin mic right there, right near the rear. And none of that stuff is making any noise back there. And let's just see what happens. And let's take this thing out for a quick little spin. All right, so here I am in my neighborhood. I'm just driving on the, basically in the parking lot here, and there's some cobblestones and some little bumps. But let's give a listen as to what I'm hearing here, and then what we can do afterwards is fix it with the screwing out of the rubber stoppers and using the paper towel technique. So let's give this a listen. Here we go. Okay, I really heard it at the end there more than at the beginning. So I'm going to do one more pass. Let's try this again. All right, so here we go. Let's do this again and give it a listen. I mean, it's just rattling like crazy back there. So let's go in and give this thing a fix and see if it works. All right, so the first thing I want to do here is I want to go over to these little rubber stoppers. There's one on this side and there's one on this side. Now I twisted them out a little bit, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to twist them out all the way. This is what someone said on the website. Twist them out all the way so they come out, and then just put them in just a little bit, like 2 or 3 turns. So I got a lot of space there. Let's see. Yeah, you can kind of see that. All right, so let me do the same over here. All right, we'll just bring this out. Yeah, this is how you fix a $90,000 car. I'm telling you. Okay, all the way out. And then just back in like 2 or 3 turns. All right, that's step 1. Step 2, I want to take some paper towel. I don't know what brand of paper towel you're supposed to use, but all right, so I've taken a piece of paper towel. It's kind of like, I don't know, 4 plies thick or so. And I'm going to place it right here, and I'm going to kind of tuck it under there and jam it in there. All right, just like that. Just like putting on a winter coat. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this back hatch. Oh, it didn't work. Okay. Let's try that one more time. Maybe I need to screw these in just a little bit more. 2 turns. 2.5 turns. 1, 2.5. Let me try it one more time. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, it latched. All right, Now, let's go for a drive and see if I still have the nasty knocking, rattle, trap noise. I'm going to take this car out on the road one more time, but I'm going to take it out on the not the highway, but just the local roads around here doing like 30, 35 miles an hour. And what I've done to eliminate some of the variables, I've taken everything out of the back of the car. I've taken the tow hook out of the back, even when I took it out of where it normally is supposed to go. I've got that out. And I've also taken out the cover, right? The storage cover in the back. And now let's take it out on the road and just see if we can hear anything. Let's listen. I still hear it. Well, listen, for all of you on the Macan EV forum, thank you for your suggestions, but it's definitely the hatch. I crawled in the back there myself, and Kathy, she drove the car, and I hear it in the back hatch. I was hopeful that pulling out those rubber stoppers as far as I did would work, and I was also hopeful that the little paper towel trick would work, but it doesn't. So this thing's going to have to go into the dealership. I will come back to you, I promise, and I will let you know what the dealer says. They're going to fix this thing because I can't take it. So anyway, thanks again for watching another episode of Out of Spec Dave. We'll get there. This is a great car. I love it. We love it. I just can't take this noise, so we got to get it fixed. It'll definitely be covered under warranty, and I don't want the car back until they fix it. So anyway, we'll see what happens. I'll keep you up. Take care. Bye-bye.